Hi guys, Thomas here with Page, and today I want to talk to you about the 5 most common mistakes I see when people are buying a condo. So the first one is not understanding the condo fees. So the condo fee can range between anywhere from 200 to 600 for a one bedroom, but they do not necessarily incorporate the same things. So for example, and this is especially true for older building, some condo fee can include the water, the heat, or the hydro, where some other don't. So the newer one might not be as high in terms of condo fees, but because they do not include all these utilities, they might be like pretty even at the end. The second most common mistake I see is not understanding the renovation rules. So you might be thinking that because you buy a condo, everything inside is yours and you can do whatever you want. And unfortunately, this is not true. If you want to touch at the structure or the electrical or the plumbing, you might need to first ask permission from the condominium and also follow the process. So there might be a restriction, for example, on the plumbing, you might not be able to move the main line, for example. Or if you do some plumbing renovation, you might ask and need to pay for them to shut off the main line for your unit, but sometimes it might be for a couple of units above and below you as well. So not because you own the condo, you can do everything you want inside. The third mistake that I see sometimes is not looking at the parking spot. So not all parking spots are made equal, and this is especially true for the new condo, where sometimes they have two sides. They have the compact size and they have the normal size. So if you have a big SUV and you end up getting like a compact size, you might not be able to park your car. Or if you don't look at the parking spot, you might not know that you have a very bad spot, which is in a weird corner or something like that. So you really want to have a look at the parking spot to make sure that this is something you can live with. The first most common mistake I see is overthinking the view. So if you are a buyer in the downtown core and you have a view today, chances are that you might not get a view tomorrow because there is so many new development being built that most likely the view is going to change for you in the future. If you're an investor, paying extra for a better view might not necessarily bring better cash flow. So if you're looking at the cash flow, lower units are usually a sweet spot where you can maximize the cash flow versus the price that you pay per square foot. If you are a buyer, end user, and you really want to have a nice view, and that's one of your most important criteria, then there is no price to pay for the view, and that's a good reason to pay for the view. Lastly, the fifth mistake, and probably the biggest one that I see sometimes, is not reviewing the statute certificate. The statute certificate are going to provide you a very important range of information or on the building that you are acquiring a unit in. So one could be like the pet policy. If you have a pet, you want to know if they have pet restriction, maybe the number of pets, maybe the size or the weight of the pet. Another one that you want to look at is special assessments. So that means that if they have unforeseen maintenance that needs to be done and they don't have enough in the reserve funds, they must call all the owner to pay extra one-time special assessments to pay for the unexpected maintenance. So you want to make sure that if you're buying, there is no such special assessments. And the last thing you want to look at is the owner occupancy. As a buyer, you want to make sure that there is more owner in the building than the renter, because first, when there is more renter, chances are they are not going to take as much care of the common elements as owners. And the second thing is that when you're trying to get financing, if there is more than 50% renter in a specific building, it might be harder to get finance, and it might be at a higher interest rate. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you find that useful, And if you have any question, let me know. I'm here to help. Thank you and have a good one.